Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This time it's for twin flames. Now, I was told by my guide to do a pick a card read on twin flames because I was told, Claire, keep on channeling for only one particular group of twin flames, the ones that are ready for union now, and there's other groups of twin flames that aren't ready for union now. So make it a pick a card read so that we're getting those people that are kind of on the intermediate path and some that are, I've got a long way to go with it yet to get you all in. So that's what I've done this time. And so in these readings, I've made 3 of them here, the crystal, the flower and the shell. I'm going to go into what's going on for the divine masculine at the moment and what's going on in the divine feminine. Each one of them has got a deeper dive. This time in the deeper dive, I'm going to give some guidance for the divine masculine. At the moment, I'm going to give guidance for the divine feminine at the moment, and I'm going to do the usual thing of what do you need to know about this union, how to make this relationship work, that kind of thing, the dynamics between you, and also how this might play out with possible timelines. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of each of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and the comments below. And that's where you can also find your timestamps to jump ahead to your reading as well. And so all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one do you want? Would you like the crystal? It's amethyst. Would you like the flower or the shell? Take your pick now. Don't forget to click like on this video. Remember, this is a timeless reading as well. Whenever you get into it is good. And leave a comment as well. Do you want me to continue on with these? Are they helpful for you? I can do one of these every week. Let me know in the comments below. Click on the subscribe button along with that notification bell down there as well. If we do continue doing these, if I do continue doing them for you, and you want to be subscribed so that you get to see them. Enjoy your reading. I will see you in there. So if you chose the crystal, and this one's for you. Crystals, let's find out what's going on with your twin flame union at the moment. Now I'm going to go into what's going on for the divine masculine and what's going on for the divine feminine. Each of these has got a deeper dive read, so there is an extended reading that goes with this. In that one, I'm going to give you guidance. Give the divine masculine some guidance, what they're going through at the moment. Divine feminine, some guidance, what they're going through at the moment. And then I'm going to go into more about your union, more about you guys together, about the dynamics, how to make it work really well when you guys are together in union. And I'm going to go into how this might play out with possible timelines. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below as well. So let's get into it. Let's get you some cards out, some general cards about what's going on between both of you at the moment. And get into it. Leave behind what's no longer you. And sunlight after darkness. Okay, so we've got somebody in this twin flame union at the moment who's leaving behind what is no longer them. So they're realizing, maybe both of you are realizing what doesn't fit, like what isn't you. You might be realizing that you're quite different than the people around you and you need to be with your own kind of people now. And so there's a definite breaking free of things. Sunlight after darkness and it getting lighter after a dark time. After a dark period of time. Let's find out more about that. So things seem to be coming good now. Unconditional love. But you got this unconditional love for each other. How beautiful. And what else? Generosity. We're talking about 2 people that are very generous, very loving, very giving, very safe for each other as well. I've got this feeling with that unconditional love that you're just there for each other no matter what, whether you're in union or not. You're a safe space. You're safe with each other. You've got each other's backs kind of thing. There's this feeling like of home between both of you. And perhaps you're both not feeling like the people that are around you at the moment are home. Are feeling like that too. So, okay, let's find out. Let's focus on the divine masculine. Divine masculine, what have you got going on at the moment? Now, you might resonate with either side of this, of course, or both sides of it, in fact. Divine masculine is focused very much on the happily ever after, the 10 of cups, of having it all. So no longer putting up with what isn't right for him anymore, what doesn't match, where he feels out of place. He doesn't want that anymore. He wants it all. He knows that he deserves it all. It feels like the divine masculine has been going through a process of realizing that not with the right people, not in the right place, not happy, not truly happy. Perhaps he was approaching life previously from more of a logical or a money, superficial kind of a level. And he's really realizing, it doesn't really fit him at all. And he's going to be going through this process of moving away from all of that and moving toward what is truly him, the core of him. Like that spiritual, not awakening, but a maturing. A spiritual maturing is what I'm feeling from that. What else have we got for the Divine Masculine? Nine of Pentacles, single, independent. So nine of masculine. The Nine of Pentacles for the Divine Masculine here. So he is making a move to be single and independent. Now, if he is breaking away from family or job or another relationship at the moment, then there's a definite feeling that he needs to be independent first before he comes toward the Divine Feminine. I've got this feeling that he doesn't want to let the Divine Feminine down, and so doesn't want to be a burden on the Divine Feminine. Let's see. Ten of Cups. Tell us why the Ten of Cups is here for the Divine Masculine. Very much focused on happily ever after. The Emperor. Because he knows he deserves it. Like he's realizing his divinity. This is the Divine Masculine, and he's realizing it now. He deserves it. He deserves no less than that. He's realizing his worth. Yay. So, Divine Masculine is going through self-love. Like stepping up now. Like I said, it's a spiritual... maturing, a spiritual maturing, realizing where he belongs, what he deserves, that kind of thing. There's this feeling like I can't put up with what is, it's not good enough for me anymore, So Divine Masculine seems to be coming to this point of realize it, just like, that point where you realize that I just can't do this anymore. It isn't right for me. I can't do this anymore. Been living in a duality, right? And a sexual energy. Through that duality, what I'm getting from this is the way that the masculine was putting up with that duality was he was trying to get his other needs met with sexuality. So it was enough for him to be where he didn't belong, as long as he could have like sexual union with someone, perhaps with the Divine Feminine, and that wouldn't have been enough for the Divine Feminine. But he was living this duality of only going elsewhere for the sexual stuff and not realizing that he could have the Ten of Cups. He could have everything somewhere else, not just the sex, but everything. Like have his happily ever after. And so he's breaking free of that duality now. It's like, oh, I can have it all. He's realizing he can have it all. Yeah. Very cool. But he needs to break away, right? And he needs to become independent. So the Nine of Pentacles here, he needs to become independent first. So Divine Feminine, if you think that this Divine Masculine is like leaving a relationship coming straight to you, no. No, he needs the Nine of Pentacles first before he gets to the Ten of Pentacles, right? There's an order in which he needs to do this, and he's doing it right. So he needs to be single independent first. He's going to find that independence so he's not a burden on the Divine Feminine before he goes to the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is coming together with the Divine Feminine to have that together, yeah? He knows he needs to be by himself first. He's learned that. There's teaching behind that. He knows. He knows it goes the letting go, then the independence, and then coming together to have it all. So he definitely knows that he wants it all with the Divine Feminine here. And so he's not doing a rebound thing. He's not coming straight in for the Divine Feminine. He's taking his time, doing it the right way, becoming single independent first. Look at these cards. Wow. Ten of Cups, the Emperor, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. That is just so very deliberate. I want it all with the Divine Feminine. I want the Ten of Cups. I want the Ten of Pentacles. I want to build. I want to have my happily ever after. The Divine Feminine is the one I want to be with forever. And so I want to build something with the Divine Feminine. And I need to be independent before I can do that. Very clear on that. I've learned that. Because twin flames. Because we're twin flames. Look. His passion's been ignited. And it could be that he was settling before, because he never thought that he could have it all with anyone. And then he's met the Divine Feminine and it's like, Divine Feminine is everything. Everything I've ever wanted. Of course, twin flames, you're going to be matchy for sure. Going to be more compatible than anyone else ever on the planet, And what else? Attending to the details. So I was planning at the moment, attending to the details, sorting that stuff out, getting independent, perhaps sorting housing and money and that kind of thing. It's all about the details at the moment. Very much involved in that, the transition to being single or independent. He's setting himself free now, flying the nest, getting away from those people, all that kind of thing, and getting himself ready for commitment. Like, this couldn't be clearer of what the Divine Masculine is at the moment. He wants this commitment with the Divine Feminine. So super clear about that. I mean, you couldn't get clearer cards coming out about that. Wow. What else? Lust. That sexual energy still there. It's a driving force, for him coming toward the Divine Feminine. So it's not all, but he knows he can have it all, right? But there's a driving factor there. There's a naivety here. There's a worry. There's a worry here in him that he's being naive about this, that he is kind of putting the Divine Feminine on a pedestal. Divine Feminine feels perfect for him, right? Perfect to him. And perhaps he's worried about that. It's like, surely the Divine Feminine isn't perfect. No human being is, right? But there is seeing the Divine Feminine as being perfect. He knows. He knows that's a bit naive. I don't know. Maybe the Divine Feminine hasn't been shown a dark side at all, but maybe she hasn't. Maybe the dark side is just what floats his boat. It could be. Let's find out where his heart's at. I think we've got a very determined Divine Masculine on our hands here. Knows exactly what he wants. Making moves. He's actually taking action at the moment, is what I'm getting. And his heart is choosing love. He's choosing to be loved now. He's choosing who he loves. Choosing with his heart now. And love makes the difference. It's making all the difference in his life. It's healing past hurts, providing a sense of security and self-worth. No, it's not providing that. He's provided that for himself. The sense of security and self-worth is provided for himself first and then the relationship. It never happens the other way around. So it's self-love that has healed past hurts, providing a sense of security and self-worth, and then the relationship, then the external love comes in. So he knows he's got to do it that way around. This is an emotionally mature Divine Masculine who knows the sequence in which things need to happen and is attending to those details. Now, where is the Divine Feminine at right now? Well, she's focused on the stability that she wants in a partner. This King of Pentacles is someone who's got the finances sorted out, especially. And so she might be focused on Divine Masculine here going, is Mum a bit of a worry? He's a bit of a worry. I don't know whether he should come in right now. I don't think he's got his money sorted out. I've taken on burdens before. I've let people move in with me before, and I've sorted out their finances for them, and they've become a burden, and the relationship didn't work out, and I know not to do that. That's the codependent side of myself and all that kind of thing. So she's very focused on this, like he needs to be secure before he comes in. She might be well aware of the financial stuff that's going on with the Divine Masculine at the moment, but it's like she's holding her ground at the moment, Divine Feminine, for that stability, because she knows she provides that herself, right? So she wants someone that's stable too. Or she wants this to happen right now. She's like, right now, come in right now, run to me, get over to my house right now. She feels the impending, like this is about to happen. She's feeling this impending readiness. She's feeling the divine, she's very tuned into the Divine Masculine, and feeling the Divine Masculine coming toward her and his readiness kind of thing. And she's like, bring it on right now. She's getting a bit impatient perhaps. King of Pentacles, very much focused on him being stable. Three of Inspiration, she's waiting for that, right? So she's like, okay, I want it right now, but I don't want it before he's financially stable. So I don't know whether he's got some kind of divorce settlement going through or something like that. She's like, that needs to happen first. That's what she'll wait for. She's not waiting for the other stuff kind of thing, if there's other stuff that he needs to do first. But she'll wait for that financial stuff because she's learned about that, right, in the past. Reunion of souls before he comes in, before you reunite with each other. The Three of Inspiration is about waiting for that divine timing. She knows that she's got to wait for divine timing, and she knows that he knows. She knows that he knows. Or maybe she doesn't know that he knows. We kind of do now because I've told you. But yeah, perhaps she doesn't. Perhaps when he shows up, she'll be like, hang on a minute. I want you to come running in, yes, but hang on a minute. Has that been sorted out? Has that financial stuff been sorted out? Have you got your stability now? But come right in right now. Knight of Swords, run toward me right now. She's impatient. Let's get this going. Wow, 3. Okay. Because what? I need to hear from you. I want this I want to communicate. Like, I want to know what's going on. I want communication. You obviously love me. Music of emotions. The love is there. There's no lack of love. We've got that unconditional love. And I'm feeling really left out at the moment. I'm really disappointed. So could you make this snappy, please? And even if you can't make it snappy, can you just communicate with me about what's going on? I would like that communication. So she's pushing for the communication there, wanting that to speed up. She could be communicating with the Divine Masculine at the moment. I kind of wouldn't suggest that, but we'll get into that in a deeper dive of your guidance at the moment. So what's behind this is new beginning. She's ready for a new start. Like, she's been getting herself ready for that, and she's ready for that new start. Just like, communicate with me, let me know. Right. She wants to know what he's thinking as well, directly from him. Like I said, she's really tuned in. Divine Feminines are very tuned into Divine Masculine at the moment, feeling everything that is going through, perhaps a little bit too much. Perhaps she needs to be focused more on herself. Okay, what else have we got for Divine Feminine? What's Divine Feminine at right now? If you want me to do more readings like this, let me know in the comments below. It's helpful to you. I just felt to do like as a pick a card read, because I've been doing this channeling for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine in the Psychic Cafe sometimes, but it's like lumping everyone together, and I believe that there's different stages. People are at different stages. So your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they'll manifest physically. So the Divine Feminine is really believing in the Divine Masculine now. Divine Masculine is my person. We are meant to be together. The soulmate card has come out not because soulmate is different than twin flame. But twin flame is already out on the table. This is really the same card, but it's saying, I believe in you now. I believe in this union now. I'm believing it. I was wobbly about it before. I wasn't sure before. I wanted to get into it to find out, but now I'm sure. I'm sure that you're the one for me. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. Now, this is the Divine Feminine reaching out to the Divine Masculine. She sees his potential, and she believes that when you're together, when both of you are together, you're both going to be more than you are before. But it feels to me like the Divine Masculine has kind of been held back a little bit from what he really wants to do and really loves to do. And the Divine Feminine's seeing that about him, and she's kind of wanting to ask him that question. If you could do anything, what do you want to do? Because you can do that when you're with me. She wants to encourage him to reach his potential, and especially to do what he really loves doing. She wants to empower him to do that. So he might have been around people before that didn't like him as he was, kind of thing, and didn't want him to do his own thing, and so he's been held back from doing what he really wants to do. It feels like she's Divine Feminine is really curious about what the Divine Masculine really wants to do. Go wild. So she's going wild. Like she's getting into her passionate side, into her like let's go kind of thing. This Knight of Swords, it's like come on, let's go. She wants to have a lot of fun with the Divine Masculine. She wants to go wild. She wants to be wild and free. She's feeling his break for freedom here. She's feeling it now. She's not feeling restricted. She was feeling restricted when the Divine Masculine was feeling restricted. She's feeling this break for freedom, just like bring it on. I like this energy much more. It tunes into my wild side like that. So she's being really kind of turned on now by Divine Masculine energy, because it's making a move now, because there's a shift in the energy. So she's getting into a passionate side now, feeling a lot of passion for the divine masculine. That's coming up for her now, kind of awakening her passion again. And she's hopeful. Yeah, that came out with effort then. So I'll put it back. She's hopeful. She's hopeful that he's making an effort. Yeah, there's no communication here, is what I'm feeling, because she's wanting that communication. But she's hopeful that he's making the effort now. She's hoping that the shift that she's feeling in his energy is because he's making the effort now and actually making changes. I do believe that he is. But yeah, so she's more believing in him now, believing in this union, hopeful about it, feeling more positive about it than she has done in the past, because she's feeling the energy is shifting. She's also very self-conscious at the moment. She's feeling like people might be blaming her for the changes that the divine masculine is making. And so she's a bit self-conscious about this at the moment, feeling a little bit guarded, thinking that everyone's talking about her or something like that. She thinks that there might be gossip going on about her. She's self-conscious about it at the moment. A little bit paranoid that everyone knows that the divine she feels like she's to blame, or that other people will think that she's to blame for any change that the divine masculine is going through at the moment. And holding on. She's feeling kind of clingy. Yeah, so this insecurity about taking the blame or being the one that rocked the divine masculine's boat or life or instigated these changes, she's feeling kind of guilt for that, and in that insecurity about being paranoid about everyone talking about it like that, it makes her want to cling, makes her want to kind of take the divine masculine and like, let's run away together kind of thing. So there's a bit of avoidance here from the divine feminine to understanding that the divine masculine is his own person. Now, this will be why the divine masculine knows that he needs to do Nine of Pentacles first, right? That's important. So that the divine feminine can't be blind. He's moving away from things, it feels like, at the moment, and needs to be single independent before he comes toward the divine masculine. So let that put your mind to rest, divine feminine. Yeah, don't want to be clingy within this one. So divine feminine, deal with those insecurities now. We'll help you in that in the deeper dive. Honesty is essential. So she wants communication so bad. She wants to speak with love and truth. She wants to know what his feelings are, know what's going on. She wants to express her feelings. She's very much about, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about what's going on here. She wants clarity about all of that. She's feeling it, but she wants to hear it from the horse's mouth kind of thing. It's important to her. For there to be no secrets, you know, to reveal yourselves to each other fully. There you go. So if that sounds like it is your story, or could be your story, you might want to get that deeper dive to get some guidance on this. I'm going to give guidance to the divine masculine. I'm going to give guidance to the divine feminine. I'm going to give you guidance on this relationship. So you guys together, what are the dynamics there? How can you make it work really well? And also how this might all play out with possible timelines. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully because you won't receive it if you don't get it right. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. So check in those places first. Now, in that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that crystal on your device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you will see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well and click on that subscribe button with that notification bell. Really helps me out when you do that kind of thing. Helps my channel out. And let me know, of course, if you want me to keep on with these. I could do one of these pick a card reads a week if you're interested in that. Let me know in the comments below. So if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the flower, then this one's for you. Flowers, let's do your twin flame reading. Let's find out what's going on with the divine feminine and the divine masculine, or the other way around, divine masculine then divine feminine, in this reading. As always, there's going to be a deeper dive, an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that it is your story, or it could be your story, you might want to get that. In that deeper dive, I'm going to go into guidance for the divine masculine, and then I'm going to go into guidance for the divine feminine, and then I'm going to go into guidance for you in this relationship, you guys together. What are the dynamics? How can you make it work really well? And how this might all play out with possible timelines. So if you're interested in that toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for that up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get into it. Let's get you some general cards out. First, about this twin flame connection. It's passionate and fiery, and it's a past life connection. So you're feeling very strongly connected to each other because you've shared past lives before, and so there's like instant recognition between you, mixed emotions about each other as well, but there's that feeling that you are each other's person almost instantly. So it was a love at first sight kind of thing, or a curiosity at first sight. Curiosity at first sight, like, this person is something to me, I know it, kind of thing. What else? Travel. You might be from different places, different cultures, you might be in different locations, that kind of thing. There's an element of your past lives were in different places too. You could have a very strong connection to certain places, always been interested in certain places. Where they're from, you might have been interested, like just had some weird curiosity about it, like scrapbooking about it when you were a kid kind of thing, or was that this fascination with the place that they were from, that likewise they could have had a fascination about where you're from. You might also be wanting to travel somewhere, always wanted to travel somewhere, it's on your bucket list, but knowing that it's not quite the right time to go there yet, but you do want to go there at some point. The same thing. It's a place where you both had past lives together. You want to go there together, or you'll realize that you've been putting off going to that place until you can do it together. There's a lot going on. There's a lot spiritually going on in this connection. Thing is that to be curious about your past lives. It feels to me like you've got a mission together, and it's got things to do with your past lives, and then you can find stuff out about your powers and this relationship, and what you can do together, what you can build together, what you can offer the world together, through being curious about those past lives and just really delving in deep. I feel like when you guys are in union, you're going to be like talking a lot, go into ideas, that kind of thing, like, what do you feel about this, or what do you believe about this? It's a very deep connection, this one. Yeah, you're going to be very curious about these past lives and about each other, and about delving into all of that. Interesting connection. Wow. Okay, so what's going on with the divine masculine? Let's get a bit more 3D now. What's going on for the divine masculine at the moment? Queen of Swords. Ooh. Okay, this is someone that they're divorcing. This is an ex. This is someone that hasn't got very good energy. Someone with a sharp tongue. Yeah, very critical person. Bitch. Divine masculine is dealing with someone at the moment. Death and rebirth, letting go of something big ending so they can have a new start. Oh, it's nasty. It's getting nasty. Toxic person in their life. They might not have been toxic before, they're certainly toxic now. They're in a toxic situation. Well, not a toxic person, but we can all be toxic. They're in a toxic situation right now, but the person that they are leaving behind here, this Queen of Swords, is being particularly toxic. You know, toxic people can be quite nice when you're with them, when they're getting what they want from you. Withdraw your attention and your energy from that person, and they're like a tick. Inject the poison when you pull them off, kind of thing. Soon as the divine masculine pulls his energy away, Four of Materials, holds his energy back, Queen of Swords gets toxic. Now, Divine Masculine is going through the ringer at the moment, this one. Oh, there could be a lot of arguments, a lot of fighting, a lot of criticism, put downs, and painful, real painful stuff. Slow but steady. They're going through this process at the moment. Divine Masculine is hanging on in there, copping it. Determined to get out of this, put an end to all of this, but it's happening really slowly because the toxic one is delaying things in the fight. Doesn't feel like they're fighting for it. It feels like they want to be right. They want to punish. They want to punish the Divine Masculine. Ooh, Death and Rebirth. What's this? Oh, he's ready for a new start. The truth of himself. Right, so feels like Divine Masculine has been in a long-term relationship here, perhaps even marriage. It is breaking up at the moment. He's withdrawing his energy from it, making them even more toxic than before. Because in this long-term relationship, he's actually grown in wisdom. He's become someone else. They've grown apart, these two. And it's ready for this to end now. It's a big ending. It's something big in his life. It's been in his life for a long time. But he's wiser now, and he wants this new start. It's more for the truth of who he is. He's got a brighter vision now, what he wants for himself. And so, yeah, very much in the ending process at the moment. It's going very slowly. But determined to do that, needs to do that before the rebirth can happen as well. So he's got this vision for the future, and it's more in alignment with his own truth and what's right for him, what he wants in his life. What's true for his heart as well. But no, it's Ace of Voices. It's more about his mind. It's his mind rather than his heart at the moment. A lot of swords here, you see. It's a logical person that you're dealing with here. Very much in the logic at the moment. What's behind this? Death card, Death and Rebirth. I will keep that in the deck for transformation. Going through a transformation process at the moment. Very much in that letting go process at the moment. Still in it. Not out the other end of it yet. It hasn't ended yet. The completion stage hasn't happened yet. But very toxic right now. If Divine Feminine, if you're finding that he's not communicating at the moment, it's because he's got way too much on his plate. He's dealing with all kinds of stuff at the moment. Might not even be turning up for work and that kind of thing as well, because there's too much going on at home. Passion, though, he is in his mind. He's getting away from it. When he goes to bed, he is thinking about Divine Feminine and the passion. Magnetic, seductive quality surrounds you at present, of course, especially around toxicity. He's going to be dreaming even more of getting away, of being with the Divine Feminine. The one that balances him up. Yeah, the one that balances. And what I'm getting from this is, because it says on the back of it, love's not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Right? This is fully toxic, but I'm getting with the Divine Feminine. He kind of likes the way that the Divine Feminine, it challenges him more, expects more from him. In a good way, like good challenging kind of thing. You know, he might have had an easy life before until he's decided to pull his energy away, and then it gets really toxic. But Divine Feminine is more challenging to him, and he likes that. She expects more from him. Nice. She expects him to step up, and he knows it, and he's up for that, and he's like ready for that. He wants that for himself. Yeah, very enticing to be with the Divine Feminine now. Because sometimes, you know, we think that we want an easy life, don't we? Until we get it, and then it's really boring. We don't want to be with yes people that adore us. As much as our ego thinks we want that, it is just dull, and we don't respect people like that when we're with them. He's shining. He's feeling better about himself. He wants to shine. He's like feeling proud of himself, and he feels like he can do big things in the world and all of that kind of stuff. And he's just being squished at the moment in the circumstances, and I think it's particularly around a relationship. Doesn't feel supported in that, nor challenged in it really. Just wants to shine, knows he's ready for much bigger and better things, and wants to be in that. There's a lot of drive here from the Divine Masculine for this change. There's differences between you though, and he's very much aware of that. I was picking up, from different places. There's differences, fundamental differences, perhaps a difference in religion or a difference in culture. He's wondering about that. It's very much in his head. We've got a lot of sword energy here, so just thinking things through, wondering how this is going to play out, the differences. Although the two matches, they're not that different. One's bent over, the other one's like a little bit more upright. They look pretty much the same to me. It says differences, but they pretty much look exactly the same to me. It's about the tight half-burnt matches. What's different about that? You've got more similarities than you think. There's a lot of trust between you and this person, so they trust you implicitly. They can let their guard down with you and they know it. They feel very safe with you, Divine Feminine. They're going through heartbreak right now. I tell you what, it is heartbreaking. When we've loved somebody, right, and they obviously did love this Queen of Swords in the past, it can be heartbreaking when we want something different in life and we go toward it and we presume that that person loves us and will be supportive of that, and then they're not. As soon as you withdraw your energy from them, they sting you. That's heartbreaking. To think that someone loved you and you've been there loving and supporting them, to find that no, actually they stab you in the back as soon as you try and do something for yourself. It's heartbreaking. So the Divine Masculine is going through that heartbreak at the moment. It's really hard. Feeling very lonely as well right now. Feeling isolated, lonely, to have like this person around them, but they're feeling completely alone right now. Oh, heartbreaking. What about their heart around the Divine Feminine? Divine Masculine, what's going on in his heart around Divine Feminine at the moment? Well, very much in that letting go process. I'll just spun around. It didn't flip over. Where's his heart at concerning the Divine Feminine at the moment? Embrace your emotions. Just very emotional at the moment. Very emotional at the moment with this heartbreaking process, allowing his feelings to be surfaced and be accepted. So his emotions really aren't focused on the Divine Feminine at the moment. Obviously a lot of passion for the Divine Feminine, realizing that, but it's very much in his thoughts, realizing that this is a balanced relationship. The Divine Feminine expects more of him. He wants that. It's thinking about this relationship, not really feeling about it at the moment. His feelings are all tied up with the BS that's going on with that toxic person right now. That needs to end before it can come toward the Divine Feminine. Okay, so let's tune into the Divine Feminine now. How about the Divine Feminine? What's going on for Divine Feminine right now? King of Cups. He loves me and I love him. There's a lot of love between you. The love is there. So he's my person. Divine Masculine is my person. He loves me. I love him. Yeah, no lack of love in this. She knows it. So she knows that the Divine Masculine's heart is hers. That's where the love is. So it could be that in the recent past or long time past that the Divine Masculine was very much open-hearted toward the Divine Feminine, perhaps just being in that old relationship but focused on the Divine Feminine, opening his heart to her, and then got to a certain point where he's realized, I need to end this relationship now because Divine Feminine is it for me. And so she's already had a taste of his love. Whether you've been together or not, you've already felt that love, Divine Feminine's from him, and you know that he's your person because that love is there. What else for Divine Feminine? So Divine Feminine is secure in Divine Masculine's love for her and her love for him as well. What else? Queen of Cups. Couple, you see? Her love and... There you go. The matching pair. They're my person. We love each other so much. She's open and receptive to that love as well. She's like, bring it on. It's my time for love now. I'm ready to be loved properly. That's what it is. That's what it is. Divine Masculine loves her properly. She's not experienced that before. She's experienced all kinds of toxic love and all kinds of like attachment, all kinds of people wanting her to love them. She's not been loved properly herself. This one is loving her properly. It's like, this is love. This is love for the first time. I've never felt anything like this before. This is my person because it's the first time someone's loved me correct. They love me properly. They love me for who I am. I love them for who they are. Just all of them, how they are right now. Don't want them to change at all, just exactly as they are. Well, you probably don't want them to be married to that person anymore. But, you know, the fundamentals of who they are. Yeah. There's love. King of Cups. Divine Masculine loves Divine Feminine. She knows it. She's experienced enough of him to know it. And she's assured that he's manifesting it. So he is taking that action now. She's sure of that. She's sure of his love. She's sure that he's taking action and manifesting this. Manifesting it, taking action, it's not like ready. It's not like she's expecting him to show up. This is more, she knows that it's his intention and that he is making headway there, very much at the initial stages of manifestation of this relationship, rather than being like almost ready for it to be coming to union. Abundance and psychic development. So she's very psychically connected to the Divine Masculine here, but Divine Feminine is very much focused on her abundance at the moment. So she's getting on with her own thing. A queen. She is focused on career and money, stability of the self, you know, single, independent, that kind of thing. Receiving wins financially, career-wise, that kind of thing. Queen of Cups. She loves him. She's very open and receptive to this love as well, because he's loving her right. So she's like, give me more of that good loving. I haven't experienced this before. She's cutting out the rest. Okay, so Divine Feminine is cutting out the crap in her life as well. Queen of Voices has the boundaries. She's the one that says no. So she's getting rid of people and things out of her life that aren't right for this relationship. And aren't right for her going forward as well. So she's cleaning up her act. Could be about addictions and things like that there. So it could just be about getting rid of toxic people or toxic things in her life. Both of them here, you're both clearing up your lives. It's like you've both instigated this, like, clean up your act kind of thing. So she's open and receptive to his love, but she's realizing that there are things that she needs to clear up. What's behind this is ascension and home. So it's more about a home. Okay. So she is like clearing out cupboards. She is perhaps throwing away ex's stuff or returning it to the ex. Going through photographs, if people still have photographs, like physical ones. She is sorting a space out, ready for this love to come in. So she's very much focused on herself, career, money, psychically connected to the Divine Masculine, so very much focused on him too, but just in a way of a kind of like, I wonder what he's focused on at the moment kind of thing, rather than, she's still got stuff to do herself. She's still very much occupied with sorting herself out, very much focused on herself. Half and half, really. Quite a good balance, really, with the Divine Feminine here. Focused on the Divine Masculine, also focused on herself. What else with this Divine Feminine? What else with this Divine Feminine? Nice. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. So she's in her imagination now, and she's imagining a life with Divine Masculine and how great it could be. She's examining all the options in her imagination, in her dreams, daydreams, night dreams, in her imagination. So this suggests to me that the Divine Feminine was kind of pessimistic previously, and so when she thought about the Divine Masculine, she was thinking about the trouble, about this Queen of Swords, about not being able to be together, about the tragedy of it, about him not coming toward her or not making that move, all the negative stuff. And now it appears that she's letting that go, all those unwanted thoughts. She doesn't want to manifest that. She wants to manifest him coming toward her. And so now she has changed that. She's starting to get more positive. Her imagination is starting to imagine the positive things, a life together, how that love would feel, from him being together. I mean, she's very much about togetherness here, because the King of Cups with the Queen of Cups, like, it's like, yes, they're my person, we're a couple, imagining that, like, being together. Not just the concept of it, but actually physically in the home is what I'm getting. A life together, and what that, you know, she might even be like just dreaming of the mundane things, going shopping together and stuff like that, cooking dinner together, all of that stuff. She's stepping into her power. So yeah, the Divine Feminine previously was feeling disempowered in this, like a victim to it, like, he's not choosing me, it's not happening, that kind of thing. But she's feeling more into her power now of getting ready for this. Especially because she's in this Queen of Voices, cutting stuff out, like making change in her life, especially around the home. Like, could be moving home and stuff like that, or just clearing up, taking things to goodwill, that kind of thing. Freeing yourself of burdens, of heavy stuff, or just stuff that isn't that light energy anymore for her. It's like this morning, I get up really early in the morning to do Psychic Cafe when I'm doing my video days, and I got up extra early because I woke up like half an hour before my alarm went off, so I got up extra early. So I was ready for the show, but not ready early enough to do one of my daily energy updates, record one of those before I start the show, which sometimes I do. And so I had like 10, 15 minutes, not enough time to record one of those. So what I did is, when I went to get some earrings to put on, but I decided to have a look what was in, like, tip out my jewelry drawer kind of thing, go through everything, the bracelets. And what I noticed when I was going through that is some old earrings that I'll never wear again, because I've got much nicer earrings now, you know, just kind of silvery ones. They're a bit tarnished, and they're more fashion jewelry kind of thing rather than nice pieces. Toss them, you know, get rid of that stuff, the stuff that I'm never going to wear, and organized it all. And it only took me a short time, but I thought, it's that kind of an energy. It's like she's leveling up, and it can be little things like that. Who'd have thought that just like having some crappy earrings that you never wear again is, but you feel freer when you do stuff like that. You feel like, oh, now I have nice earrings, you know, you feel good about yourself when you do stuff like that. And I think that's what the Divine Feminine is doing now, that kind of stuff. Oh, well, she's being influenced by a friend at the moment. I feel like it's a friend. Psst, 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 psst. Gossip, perhaps about the Divine Masculine. Perhaps she's being fed information from someone about what's going on here. I think it's just gossip, though. I don't think it's anyone that's got the real lowdown of what's going on there. But she could be influenced by someone at the moment, someone gossiping about a Divine Masculine and that Queen of Swords. That might not be the best place to be. There's this codependency as well. So she's got the urge, Divine Feminine's got the urge to go and help them do the codependent thing, like, oh, I need to, teach him, help him, guide him through this, be there for him, that kind of thing. It's not the best thing to do at all. Let the Divine Masculine go through this by himself. He needs to step up, you know. He's a grown up, he can do this, he's got this. But she's got this urge to step in because of stuff that she's hearing is going on. And perhaps from being tuned in, you know, with the psychic development, she's tuned into him, and so she might be feeling some of what he's going through. So she feels like stepping in. It's not the best thing to do, though. I mean, we'll get your guidance out in the deeper dive, Divine Feminine, but I wouldn't do that. I mean, because it's been coming up so much in the readings in the past couple of years for Divine Feminine, is to let go of that codependent stuff now, because it won't fly. It's just so toxic in relationships. You don't realize how toxic it is until you get out of it, and you're like, damn, I was really toxic. You think it's the other person that's toxic when you're being codependent, and they are too, but when you stop it, you really realize how toxic you were. Now, lovers and irresistibility. Divine Feminine wants to get together with a person. She's got this urge to leap in before time, like, let's just have an affair, right now. That's going to make it way worse for Divine Masculine. He's going through the ringer now anyway. But she's got this urge. She finds it very hard to resist him. She might be tempting the Divine Masculine here. Come on. So, healing. Needing to heal your heart. So if you are feeling that pull to entice the Divine Masculine in for an affair kind of thing, don't do it. Instead, heal your heart instead. There's a reason for that neediness. There is a reason for that, and it's in you. It's not in them. It's not about this union. Betrayal, you see, this is what you don't want them to do. You don't want them to have an affair with you. You don't want them to show you that they will do that. Because they'll do it to you too, you know? You want to be able to trust this person if they're doing the right thing. By them, they're going to do the right thing by you too. Let them prove themselves to you in that way. Yeah, so just be careful there of that seductive, you know, that kind of seductive thing, the siren kind of thing of drawing them in before it's time to draw them in, I would say. Give them the time here. Doesn't feel like this union's imminent, but we'll find out in the deeper dive. What about your heart? Where's your heart at? All three. Rest and relaxation is essential. Girl, you need to rest and relax. Doing too much. Don't run yourself ragged. Take a chance on love. You want to take a chance on this. Now, that doesn't mean enticing them in super, super fast. That means take a chance on waiting on this one. Consider your foundations. There it is again. Your house, your home, your money, all of that. You're getting sturdy in your foundations in that 9 of Pentacles energy, single independent energy, divine feminine, ready for this. You want to be really a whole person before they come in. It feels like it's some time off yet, but let's find out in that deeper dive. So if that sounds like it is your story, or could be your story, flowers, then you might want to get that deeper dive. That's like extended reading that goes with this, if I can speak. In that, I am going to give guidance for the Divine Masculine right now, guidance for the Divine Feminine right now, and I'm really thirsty, it's distracting me. And also guidance for you in this relationship, the dynamics between you both when you're together, what do you need to know about that, how to make it work really well, and how this might all play out from here with possible timelines. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you won't receive it. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that flower on your device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you will see a picture of a video. And when you click on that picture of a video, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then just try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Do you like this style of reading? Do you want me to keep on doing one of these a week? Let me know if it's useful to you in the comments below, and I will do that. And click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell as well to hear more from me. And so if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the dive for more, then I will see you in there very shortly. If you chose a shell, and this one's for you, shells, let's find out what's going on with your twin flame union at the moment. Now I'm going to go into what's going on for the Divine Masculine and what's going on for the Divine Feminine in this reading. There's also going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with it as well. So if you find that this is your story or could be your story, you might want to get that, because in that I'm going to give guidance for the Divine Masculine. I'm going to give guidance for the Divine Feminine as well. I'm going to give guidance for you about this relationship. So you guys together, what are the dynamics there? What do you need to know about? How can you make it work really well? I'm also going to give how this might pan out, how might it play out along with possible timelines. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get some cards out for your union. First of all, it's Dance with Joy. So you make each other very happy. Happy times. Very positive feeling about this one. Okay. But solitude. So, happy alone at the moment. How perhaps you are in separation right now, but there's something It's either something brewing or you're happy by yourself for some reason, recharging. Okay. Bit of a time apart to recharge. Charge your batteries. Doing your own thing at the moment, making yourselves happy. It's a good thing. Divine Masculine. Really? Did that come out right away like that? Divine Masculine, what's going on? Divine Masculine is manifesting something at the moment. The Magician, using the resources to manifest what it is that they want. And also, High Priestess and the Devil. Divine Masculine is delving into... what can I call this? It's like dark arts. If we're talking Harry Potter. Spell work or manifestation. Law of attraction stuff. But there's something dark about this. There's something like, how can I manipulate reality? Okay, so the Magician. Divine Masculine is trying to manifest things at the moment. I don't know the way he's going about it. There's something dodgy about it. Might be trying to tap into the Divine Feminine's energy to use her energy here. Perhaps with sexual magic or something like that. It's so unusual for me to pick up on energies like this. Yeah, it's almost like, he wants the Divine Feminine for some reason, like she's a resource, or tapping into her energy to manifest something. Ooh, let's delve into this more. Divine Masculine seems to be recognizing the power of the Divine Feminine, but there's something here about him wanting to use that power for something that he wants to manifest himself. Let's find out about this. Why the Magician? The Magician suggests that he kind of knows what he's doing here, because otherwise, a bit tricky this one. Otherwise, it would come up as the Fool, right? If he didn't know what he was doing, he'd be the Fool. But he does know what he's doing with a Magician, so he knows how to manifest this marriage, to lock this in. Or firm foundations, tapping into her energy to manifest something for the firm foundations, like something like I want to have a house for Divine Feminine and I to live in, so I'm going to manifest that using all of my arsenal, and also using Divine Feminine's energy, because she's got really powerful energy. He knows that. How can he tap into that? But here's the thing, you're in separation at the moment, time alone. It's almost like he thinks that there's a way that he can use Divine Feminine's energy. Not manipulate her to do it. It's not anything like that. Just use her energy. Almost in a spiritual way, or a law of attraction way. Oh, I know what he might be doing. He might be bartering with the universe. That's what he might be doing. It might not be as dark as I'm kind of tapping into here. He might be bartering with the universe. Like, he knows that the Divine Feminine deserves a lot, and so he's like, okay, universe, manifest me this money for this house. Well, it's for her, really. Have you ever done that? Have you ever done that in the past? I used to do that, trying to manifest things because you don't really feel worthy of it yourself. And so you try and barter with the universe, like, if you give me these riches, I'll give it away to poor people. You try and barter with the universe because you don't really feel worthy of it. It never works, because you've got to feel worthy of something for yourself to manifest something. If it could be doing something like that, going, I would really like something to offer to the Divine Feminine, like a house or whatever, that stability, so that we can have firm foundations in there. So I'll try and manifest it, but I'll tap into her energy, going, hey universe, can I have this money because I want to buy a house, but it's for her because she's got great energy, she's got great karma. Could be something like that. So there could be an element of unworthiness in the Divine Masculine here. Could be. What's behind this? Death and omens. Something has got to end. Something has got to end in his life, right? And he's had omens about that, signs about that. He's trying to do it in a metaphysical way, but trying to use the feminine energy to do that. Let me go into this. The devil, the high priestess. Why have we got the devil and the high priestess here together? I mean, it could mean that he sees himself as the devil and divine feminine as the high priestess, like way out of his league kind of thing. He's bad and she's good kind of thing. Still, he wants to be with her. I'll break your heart, you make my wishes come true. He doesn't feel worthy of her. He's trying to manifest this, but he doesn't feel worthy of her. He's trying to manifest things ready for the divine feminine by using her as a bartering tool. It ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. It never works. We don't need a middleman. If divine feminine is gonna manifest something, she'll manifest it. She doesn't need the divine masculine to do that for her, and he can't do it for her. He can manifest things for himself. So divine masculine is trying to bypass the lesson of self-worth, self-love and self-worth. He just wants to be with her, but he realizes he's not at her level yet, and it's just going to break her heart. He thinks that the divine feminine is going to sort him out, that he can just kind of tap into her energy. Emotional release is behind that. Well, he's given it a good go. Let's put it that way. This is his way of trying to be ready for the divine feminine, but it's misguided. It's not going to work. It can't work. It goes against the laws of the universe, but he's trying anyway. So he's showing it willing in some way. This is a divine masculine. It's not divine yet. I wouldn't call this one a divine masculine. I'd call him an awakened masculine, yes. He's surely aware of some of the laws of the universe to even attempt this, but very much like an alchemist, he's trying to create something that won't happen, something that won't work, but it's kind of optimistic about it. He doesn't see that he's got the resources inside of himself to manifest what he wants if he just believed in himself. He doesn't realize he can do it for himself first, and he needs to do it for himself first. That's where the divine masculine is at the moment. What else? Divine masculine. So, divine masculine, on the face of it, what he might look like as a human being, as a character, he might look like he's into the occult, into spirituality. He might be able to talk these things and seem like he's very knowledgeable about all of this stuff. He could appear to know what he's doing, appear to know what he's talking about, all of that thing. Divine feminine could be putting him on a pedestal thinking, wow, he's amazing, could do anything. When really, it's the opposite way around. Divine feminine can do anything. Him, not so much yet, because he's yet to do this self-love, self-worth thing. Yeah, he's hitting brick walls at the moment. Excuse me. You may not always understand. He doesn't always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. It ain't going to work, but his blessings come through that. There's something in him trying this stuff. Finding where his limits are, what he can't do. It's all leading him. Remember, he's got higher self, so it's all leading him to the lesson that we all get in the end, that it's all about self-love. And nothing is going to work if we don't find that in ourselves, self-love and self-worth and all of that. It all depends on that. What else? Divine masculine. But sometimes it doesn't show. I mean, it tends to show more when someone's like this in the divine feminine, because she can appear like quite pathetic or victim-y and all of that kind of thing. Whereas the Masculine tends to hide it behind bravado, behind ego, and so he can portray himself like, I know everything. So it might not appear that the masculine is in this position, but what he's doing, it ain't gonna work. I mean, he obviously wants to be with the divine feminine. He's trying to manifest marriage here, but it's trying to shortcut to it. It's an interesting way of going about it. It is. But deep down he knows it's just going to bring heartbreak. But he thinks that if he can just manifest this and get together with the divine feminine somehow, that all his wishes will come true then, if he manages to tap into her energy. He's got it within, you see. It's like a reality check. It's not working for him. This card says it's not working for him, but the turmoil that is creating as a result of it, as the universe goes, yep, you can't do that. Nice attempt, but no, you can't do that. He's getting these reality checks. Could be quite frustrating. Full moon in Capricorn and the devil energy there. Like, it's not the devil. He's just trying to find shortcuts, right? It might be, no, he doesn't feel lazy to me. Might be intrigued in not doing things conventional ways and doing things metaphysical ways. Yes, very well could be someone that's like that. Wow, quite bizarre energy. Okay, well that's. Divine feminines, you might just be feeling that there's something off about this. Divine masculine. He's got the talk there. His communication. Communicates like he knows what he's doing. With authority, that kind of thing. He might even be teaching these things. Blind leading the blind. What else? Divine masculine. Fear of romance. Ooh. Fear of romance, a fear of the divine feminine's power. He wants to use it, wants to tap into it, kind of wants to harness it, wants to gain from it. Not in a really bad way. But he is. He's afraid of his own power. Well, he's not claiming his own power, so I presume he's afraid of it. Afraid of the feminine power too. It's a kind of a using energy, this, but it's not in a really. It's not someone that's really manipulative or anything, or they're not realizing that they're not doing it on purpose. Well, they kind of are, but they're not. Not for like malicious intent at all. It's not like, I want to break this, I want to use the feminine's energy to break a heart. It's not anything like that. He means the best. He's playing with it, right? He's playing with it, and he thinks he's going to get lucky, like an alchemist. Just like an alchemist. Yeah, it's exactly that energy. Like, if I mix this and that together, I'm going to make gold, you know? If I mix flour with butter in the kitchen, one of these times, if I focus on it right, and if I pull in the divine energy and the sexual magic and all of that, it will be gold this time. It's like, nah, it's always just going to make buttery flour thing. It's... he thinks that if he keeps on trying, he's going to get it. Yeah, it's metaphysically going about manifesting this union. Okay. What am I shuffling those for? I want to be shuffling these. Where's his heart at? I think his heart's in the right place. It's quite young energy, this one. No, I'm not getting a malicious intent, but I do think he's picking up on the energy he's really putting out there, which is why that 3 of voices and the devil stuff has come out. Act as if your partner's here. See, is tapping into the divine feminine's energy. I told you. acting as if Divine Feminine is already there. They're obviously in solitude at the moment, recharging. Perhaps Divine Feminine's over this BS or whatever, like not ever doing anything. It'll just be conceptual or something. But even apart, it's tapping into the Divine Feminine's energy, acting as if she's already there. Now, for some of you, I just heard that you might not have even met yet. And this is someone that's manifesting this relationship, trying to tap into the energy, trying to bring you in, acting as if you're already there. Divine Feminine hasn't actually met you yet. Yes, it could be that. Still, yeah, it could be that. Yeah, it could be that. It definitely could be that, because now when I think of it that way, like you don't already know each other, it makes more sense. Of course, then you can only do it metaphysically, right? Because just the thought of you already knowing each other but being apart at the moment, why would you try and do it metaphysically? It's just weird. Anyway, even so, the true metaphysical way of going about it is the self-love thing and the self-worth thing, of course, first. Anyway, that's where Divine Masculine's at. What about Divine Feminine? Divine Masculine will be learning a lot going through this, for sure. There's a curiosity in the Divine Masculine about all of this, which is a good thing, right? Oh. Okay, Divine Feminine. You've got the 8 of Swords and you've got the 7 of Swords here. Divine Feminine feels trapped in some kind of a way. Like she's repeating cycles, going round and round in circles, being deceived by people. They want her, they appear to be her twin flame. They're not. They turn out to be a false twin. She seems to be in this perpetual cycle of meeting people that aren't right for her, or a deceptive catfish, or pretend to be something that not. Now, they might not be pretending to be something that they're not. She just might be presuming that they're the right person for her when they're actually not. So perhaps she's not giving it enough time to find out if someone's the right person. She's just presuming that they are the right person and then disappointed when she finds out they're not. Not necessarily deceiving her. She might be deceiving herself by telling herself that they're the right person in the first place. Anyway, she seems to be bound to this cycle of fooling herself. Interesting couple that we've got here. Getting ready for each other. I don't think you've met each other. Wait. What's this? The Star. She's wishing. Yeah, wishing for her twin flame, wishing for that divine union, wishing for a person to come in. Yeah, you guys haven't met yet. You're still very much both finding out who you are and getting on that self-love path. So 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords. I'm getting clearly that this is a Divine Feminine that keeps on telling herself when she meets people that she's met a divine counterpart, when she hasn't given it enough time to know that yet, and constantly going in this cycle. She's looking for Muse of Materials, the King of Pentacles, marriage material, someone that's stable. She's not finding that. It's because she's getting into relationships too fast and believing that they're the right person for her, and then getting disappointed when they're not. Instead of choosing more wisely, like being happy in yourself, secure in yourself, and then going, I know what kind of person I want in my life. I'll wait until I meet someone that's like that. Getting into relationships way too fast based on a feeling or a feeling of spiritual connection with them, and then thinking that they are disappointing her or they are leading her up the garden path for not being the one. But if they're not the one, they're not the one, Growth. She's in a period of growth at the moment because of this. She's headed more and more toward the stable. She's going to learn from this pattern that she's in, for sure. She wants this stability. There's your person in the future. They're not stable at the moment. They're not stable at the moment now. They're learning too. In a different kind of a way, right? So she's hopeful, the Star. Ever hopeful. This time it will be the one. One day my prince will come, that kind of thing. Lovers. One day the lover that I meet will be the one, the sun, my happiness. Just hoping for that lover, the one just to show up and be the one. Divine masculine, the sun, lovers. It's a wishful thinking rather than a I'm ready for my divine counterpart kind of thing, and I know exactly what they will be like because I'm living my best life and ready to meet them. And I know it's not that person over there and that person over there. I know it's not a person that I'm going to meet in the pub. I know it's not that one that wants to be my lover. I know it's not that, and it's just not going to be that energy. I'll know what energy they're going to be. I'll recognize it straight away. So stripping illusions. Divine Feminine is stripping away illusions at the moment. So she's been caught up in this fantasy of just being able to meet the one like that without putting the internal work in first that's required to really know yourself and know what a match will be to you. And quite frankly, saying no to all the, what should we call them, players and the dicks and the lovers and the ones that just want to offer you a little bit, and they're quite happy to feed into your story that they're the one because you have an instant relationship with them and they get like all of this loving that they don't deserve because they've not put the work in. Gotta stop doing that, Divine Feminine. Okay, tell us more about the Divine Feminine right now. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. There's a feeling here that the Divine Feminine can tap into her intuition and that she can make it happen. You see how similar you are. You're both thinking that you can go a shortcut to this relationship of your dreams. You're both thinking that. And you can't. You're very much a match at the moment, but you ain't going to come together with this energy because there are no shortcuts. You've got to both go the long way. The only way that you can. What else? The Divine Feminine, speak your world into being. Divine Feminine is getting more clear on what she wants, yeah. And you get more determined, that's for sure, on what your wishes are, what will make you happy. You're on your way. You're on your way to that clarity. Speaking your world into being. I want this, I want this, I want this. Divine Feminine is very much in that, like declaring what it is that she wants. But flirty, okay. Flirty's not going to get you there either. We can think that, right? From a muggle perspective, from a very human perspective. What's going to get me that person, my twin flame? What is going to bring them into my life? Well, I could date more. I could go on, dating sites. I could flirt more, stuff like that. That's not the way you get your twin flame. That's the way to pick someone up. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about twin flames. Totally different. The things that you do to pick someone up aren't the things that you do to get a twin flame. Like, it's not even close. In fact, it's almost opposite. It's almost opposite. To get your twin flame, you've almost got to shut down from all of that stuff. Not even want to take on lovers. Know exactly what it is that you want. Hold your head up high. Be living your best life. Be completely happy by yourself. Completely fulfilled. Knowing what you deserve. And then going, well, I will only let that in when it comes. I won't let anything else in because I deserve that and nothing less than that. So there's no amount of flirting or dating sites or anything that's going to get you to that point. It's only internal work and shutting down. So it's almost the opposite of that, right? What else? What else for the Divine Feminine? Self-love. Yes, both of you. Both of you need to follow this self-love path. It's not about loving anyone else or attracting anyone else in at the moment. It's about loving yourself. It's time to love yourself. Put yourself on a pedestal. Shut down from the whole dating thing. Focus on yourself, improving your life, getting more in your worthiness and all of that, knowing what you deserve. But The Divine Feminine wants to have an adventure in love, so she wants it to be with someone else now, even though she's not ready. She wants it to be with someone else now. Divine Masculine wants it to be with someone else now, even though he's not ready. However, she has a fear of loss, fear of commitment, because of past losses. So really behind it all, she's expecting more loss. She's expecting more of the same. Yeah, why would you? Why wouldn't you? I mean, like, if you keep on doing the same things, you're going to get what you got. So of course you're going to fear commitment, locking it in, the same kind of a loss over and over again. You know it's coming because you're doing the same things. You need to do the opposite of what you've been doing before. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer to what feels right. There is no shortcuts here. So what's in the Divine Feminine's heart? Divine Feminine's heart. Good thing is you do have a twin flame there. You haven't met each other yet. There's no way in these energies that you've met each other yet. You need to be way closer to union, to like much higher energies than this to come into each other's lives. What's in Divine Feminine's heart? Have faith. That hope, that faith, that kind of thing. Yes, you want this. We know you want this. The universe knows you want this. Receive with love and appreciation. So Divine Feminine needs to learn how to receive. She's very much been focused on giving out that love, loving everyone kind of thing, no matter how little that they're giving her. There's this flirty energy of, and the lovers and the sun, you're just like wishing for someone there, just anyone, someone, anyone. And that might sound really bad to you, like, no, I won't just accept anyone, but you're kind of coming out as that in your energy of that. But you need to be open to receiving way more than that. Don't settle for the crumbs here. Expect way more from a relationship than that. Get into that receiving energy. See how much you can receive. There you go. If that sounds like it is your story, it could be a story. You might want to get that deeper dive. In that deeper dive, I'm going to go into guidance for the Divine Masculine. So what does the Divine Masculine need to know now? Let's get more into that advice. Also for the Divine Feminine as well. Advice for the Divine Feminine right now. Guidance for this relationship. So you guys, once you come together, what are the dynamics in this relationship? And let's find out how this is going to play out. And possible timelines for this. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive it. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so check in those places. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that shell on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Do you like this style of reading? Do you want me to keep on doing one of these to follow this progression each week? Let me know in the comments below. Click on the subscribe button with that notification bell down there as well to hear more from me. I do 3 of these Love Picker card reads a week, and as I said, I could do one of these if you're interested in it, for the different stages of the twin flame journey. So there you go. If this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this, and if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly.